You see more than my hand at this point. In the beginning, I was actually putting a title in, and so that might have been what was blocking the screen. Good morning. Thank you all for joining on all of the platforms. I'm actually on Instagram this morning, Periscope, and Facebook. And this is our normal scheduled broadcast. I am about 5 minutes behind the draw, guys, so I apologize for that. So my normal scheduled broadcasts are at 11:30 a.m. Hey, Brittany girl, Eastern Standard Time on Mondays and Wednesdays. And Mondays is a huge day for me because it is also one of my big coaching days where I do my group coaching and private coaching and stuff like that, right? So I still make time to come to you guys and give you value. So I'm going to do a quick introduction for those of you who've never been on a live broadcast with me before. Also ask you guys just a few favors. If I say something that helps your business or your life in any measure while we're on, just tap that screen for heart. Show your girl a little love. And also, would you be so kind to share with your followers? Another industry professional could probably use the message. Good morning. Is that Brown Zeno on Instagram? Thank you for joining. John Doe, this is your first day on Periscope. Welcome. How are you? Welcome to the space of online broadcasting. So, guys, you see in the title, if you're facing lack in your salon career, you are attracting it. If you're facing lack in your salon career, you are attracting it. So I did a Master Life class on yesterday evening, and I posted that inside my private group on Facebook so that any of them who didn't have an opportunity to see it could watch it. And so after I posted, I hit play just to kind of go back through what I was talking about. And it was kind of some of this that I'm going to share with you this morning was in that particular Master Life class. One, 80% of the success that you have in your salon business is going to be based on what you're attracting, not your skill set. So I know a lot of us think, you know, if I get really, really great with my skill set, which you need to be great with your skill set too, then I'm just going to automatically build this amazing brand. But it just does not happen that way. So I'm going to talk to you guys on this morning about the fact that how you feel is how you build. How you feel is how you build. And if you're facing lack in your salon career, you're attracting it, right? Hey, Natasha, how are you, dear? If you're facing lack in your salon career, you're attracting it. So I want to help you guys shift from that, give you guys some things to think about that oftentimes when we're wanting something on the next level, we don't really think about because we're just going through the motions. So I figured if I share some of those things, you guys can just walk in another level of awareness and begin a new attraction system, Superman, for your business. How's that sound for you guys? Quick introduction. And then I want to share two pieces of house business. One piece of house business, my 3D Success Mentorship and Branding Bootcamp starts today. I am so excited, guys. I can't even explain like what's transpiring as I continue to work with hairstylists and salon owners over and over again. So my bootcamp is a 12-week transformational course where we gain clarity on who you are as a brand, which is so important because your brand is how the marketplace sees you. And that determines how, who, and what you attract into your business. It's by your brand. And so even if you aren't intentional about your brand, hey, Tootie, you're building one, whether you know it or not. What you post on social media, your whole vibe, your culture, what you don't post on social media, right? Out of sight, out of mind. So you could very well be building a brand that people rarely get an opportunity to experience or to see, which may be one of the reasons there may be some lack in your business. And so throughout that 12-week transformational course, we get really, really clear on vision. And so many people face lack because they don't have clarity on their vision, right? And so without a vision, if we don't know where it is we actually want to go, we'll go anywhere. Y'all don't hear me? Somebody tap the screen and share on that one. When we don't have clarity on where it is that we want to go, we go anywhere. And not only do we go anywhere, we go with anyone. And oftentimes your community and who you're around and what you're listening to has a huge effect on your business. So inside 3D Success Mentorship and Branding Bootcamp, I've created an amazing community because of the people that I attract that want to, come and work with me and build their business. That not only is an investment for them into the course, that not only blesses me, but it also blesses the people that are around them. Because, someone who may have been struggling with, their confidence or their belief system, which builds their business, has an opportunity to be in the room in an environment with people who have high level goals that help them stay accountable to their own goals and vision. So we gain clarity on our vision. We talk about your pricing. I show you how to align to the highest version of yourself so that you're attracting your perfect people into your business, right? Which means that whenever you're aligning to the highest version of yourself, it means that you're creating extreme value. And people pay for value, guys. And so there are two types of customers. There are price conscious customers and people who pay for value. And when you're operating at the highest version of yourself, you find people who are coming to you because of the value that you bring. So I show you how to operate in that space. We go over your menu. We find out what are your biggest profit producing things and how to create a strategy so that you're focusing on that, so that you're attracting the right people and you're not working harder, you're actually working smarter. I actually added a live stream session where I teach you how to comfortably and authentically live stream so that you're attracting your perfect people and so that you're actually building a brand that allows you to connect with the people that you want to serve, right? And so for those of you who you've been on the fence, but you've been wanting to join this boot camp, it's been in your heart. Today is the last day. It's the last day that I offer it this year, and the investment guides will not be the same next year. It won't be the same investment cost next year. So it's $9.97 as a one-time fee to join us for those 12 weeks, or or you can do installments, monthly installments of $273. Get you in class with us. Today we start at 1 o'clock, so you got a few hours, and then you get reoccurring payments of $273. It's $273 or $283 every 30 days, right? And so what happens when you invest, guys, and you're uncertain about your investment, not what you're investing in, it makes you operate higher. It says, okay, let me do what's necessary so I can get that next month of information, so I can create the income for that. So eventually I can get the strategy that's going to give me a consistent flow of it. So I also have another installment option that's $157, and then you don't pay again for 2 weeks. And that's a weekly option where you pay $78.03 per week, right? But what you get in the boot camp, you have an opportunity to work with other experts. I've made it a high value boot camp for you guys where we operate from a full circle perspective. So you get some look and learn for your skill set. There's a presentation on trichology for those of you who have clients who you want to increase the value that you give them, and talk to them more about the integrity of their hair and their scalp, or maybe even hair loss. There's an expert for that. A segment from my mentor, and then also there's a budgeting and financial freedom download that you guys can use so that the new money that you're going to earn from taking the course, you got a handle on it. So it's value packed. You can go to renewfullcircle.com/3D success, renewfullcircle.com/3D success, and you can catch us this morning, right? Don't miss it, guys. Don't miss your moment and your opportunity. For those of you who've been watching and you're like, I know this is what I need. Many times what you need, it's always on your next level. It's always on your next level. And until you align with that, you aren't putting into practice the things that are actually going to bring you next level. And we're going to talk about that this morning. So if you're facing lack in your salon career, you're attracting it. That was like one of the biggest ahas I learned right? For my own life and my own business. It was a huge shift and a big awareness for me that I was attracting those things that I didn't want into my life. It was this aha, because I've been blaming it on everyone else and or the economy or all kinds of things, right? Until I understood that I actually had a lot more power about what was going on. So let's think about this, guys. And you guys hear me say all the time, you build your business based on what you believe. So if you don't believe it's possible for you to get income and increase, your brain automatically stops looking for strategies and ways and resources to make it happen. Tap the screen on that one. If you don't believe it, your brain will shut down any new strategies. You can hear the most amazing opportunity, you can hear a strategy, but because you really don't believe that it's possible, your brain will shut down. It won't even receive the information. So you build your business based on what you believe. So listen to this. And let me say, when we talk about attracting, so I have a client who enrolled in my 3D Success Mentorship and Branding Bootcamp, right? And she has been connecting with me back and forth over the last few days. She wasn't seeing her emails that she was getting, reminding her that class was starting, giving her her workbook and some of her bonus downloads, all that good stuff. And so I realized that she was getting it sent to her email, but she signed up through PayPal. And so it automatically takes the email from PayPal, right? Now, we talked probably a good 4 or 5 times, children, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And if I wasn't careful, I could have gotten frustrated, right? I could have gotten frustrated because I had done what I should have done. I gave her the information. It just went out to an email address that she hardly ever used. How many of you have this email address on PayPal that you've had forever and it's not your main email that you even check? So this is what was actually transpiring for her. Now, she said, "I'm sorry for the confusion." But what I said was, no worries. We're just getting adjusted to the flow. For one thing, I remembered when I invested in a coach recently, I had some of the same issues that she had, right? I couldn't find the email, and that coach was amazing as far as, getting me on the right track, helping me find the link, helping me get into the modules. Now, I could have very well just been really, really frustrated with the young lady, but these are where my thoughts went. I said, I am grateful, one, that she would invest in herself through my course. Gratitude, gratitude. So how many times are you guys going to work frustrated? I'm going somewhere. How many times are you guys going to work frustrated? So maybe you don't have as many clients as you desire to have on tomorrow, right? But the way that you feel about it, the way you're speaking about it, all of it is what you're going to continue to attract into your business. Because regardless of whether you smile, "Hey, how are you? How have you been?" The energy behind it, guys, is something that even if you don't think it, you're putting it out, you can feel it. You can feel it. So how many of you are excited about the clients that you do have? How many of you are excited about going to work? Because if not, you're telling the atmosphere, right? The space by which we're attracting things through our energy, you're saying, I don't want any more of these, whether it's clients or an opportunity to go to work and make money. I don't want any more of these opportunities, is what you're really saying. And so instead of focusing on the fact that, man, I'm so grateful that I have the opportunity to serve this client today, what the gratitude is going to do, it's going to attract more. And so many times when there is something that we desire or we want in our life or our business, we talk about what we don't have a whole lot more than we talk about what we do have. And so we do a continuous cycle of attracting more and more and more of those things that we don't want into our business. So if you're facing lack in your salon career, you are attracting it. You're attracting it. And so you're shutting down opportunity because the focus is only on what's missing. You're oftentimes operating off of fear. So you create situations that, make you fearful over and over and over again. I want you guys to begin to be really, really thankful and mindful of what is going well in your career. Hey, Bella, darling, how are you? Thank you for joining this morning. I want you guys to be really, really mindful and aware of what is transpiring that's right in your career, because you're going to attract more of that if you're operating in that space. So I gave you guys the example of how my client who enrolled in 3D Success Bootcamp was having some struggles getting to the email, right? And she was inboxing me back and forth, back and forth. And I could have been like, man, look, I sent the information out. Guys, believe it or not, I've seen that space and that attitude with stylists in the industry. Hey, Denise, darling, how are you? I've seen that space and that attitude with stylists in the industry. And what they don't realize is when they're like blowing the client off or speaking short to them, when there's no gratitude or appreciation for the fact that she is in your chair about to spend hard-earned money, or maybe it's money she sacrificed, or whatever it is that it may be. Denise, good morning, darling. How are you? There's got to be a level of gratitude from you, or you're going to attract that same thing back into your business. So when your turn comes, y'all don't hear me, to be serviced or served, you can expect those same things back. And so are you attracting the lack in your, if there's a lack of time freedom? See, lack is not always money, right? Lack could be time freedom, right? And sometimes we attract that because what we're focusing on in our business is really all of the busy stuff and not those few things that are really going to bring in the revenue and the increase that we desire. So some people lack time freedom, some people lack money freedom, but whatever it is, we're attracting it. And we have to get in a space where we're absolutely positively clear on what it is that we desire. So here's another thing I did recently. So I put my income goal that I want to reach for the year everywhere. I have it on index cards. It's sitting right here on this table. It's in my car, children. It's in my wallet. When I open my wallet, I see that index card. And I did that as a reminder, because in order for me to even meet that goal, I have to operate at a different version of myself. I have to be focused on investing in the right things, even if it's my time, my energy, my money, my resources. One of the things that I shared with my client recently, and also a coach that I invested in recently shared, and I was like, yes, I've been teaching that to my clients, is what I was saying to myself. But what you know and what you're being taught is always received differently. And I say this because many of you know a lot of things that you can share on social media and you can post with other people. But when you're in a space where you're the student, you actually implement and apply those things differently. That some of them may be confirmation, right? Some of the information may be a deeper level of what it is that causes you to actually get into implementation. So we had to do this exercise where she asked, what type of consumer, and I talked about this inside my masterclass last night as well. What type of consumer are you? Are you always looking for a deal? Are you on time for the things that you schedule with other people? If you're wanting people to invest on you on a high level, do you invest at a high level? Because there's no way we can fully align with the things that we desire if we aren't being those things ourselves. You guys get that? And so if you're facing lack in your salon career in any area, you're attracting it. It was a big aha for me, guys. It shifted things. It shifted the way that I operated, even when I wasn't behind the chair, because I realized that this thing that I'm desiring, I have to become it. I have to become it. right? And so in order for me to do that, many times, you remember I said how you feel is how you build. So even if everything is not exactly the way you desire it to be, you have to begin to feel like that person at that next level, right? You have to be able to operate in peace and joy right in the midst of what you already have going on. It's going to shift your energy, guys, right? And then you're going to show up completely, fully, and totally different when your energy changes, because how you feel is how you build. And if you're facing lack in your salon career, you are attracting it. And it may not be things that you're actually doing with your customers, but even your everyday life, that's who you are, right? And so you're attracting those things, situations, people right back into your life. So one, get really clear, guys, on what it is that you want. And even as things are transpiring and moving along, make sure that you're aligned with where it is you want to go, not the things that aren't transpiring properly. If you're focusing on all of those things, remember I said the brain, if you don't believe that it's possible, and faith comes by hearing. So if you're constantly hearing yourself talking about what's not working, this didn't go well, I didn't meet this goal, whatever, then your brain only creates strategies for you to continue to do the same thing. And it shuts down any opportunities. You're welcome, Denise, any opportunities or even the openness to receive anything on the next level. So it stops looking for strategy for greater if you're constantly talking or sharing with your brain and your subconscious about what you lack, right? But if you're constantly showing gratitude, I'm so grateful for these clients, right? I'm so grateful for these clients. I'm gonna share one more thing that I shared inside my masterclass last night. Shame on you guys for not coming. It was powerful. And I'm not just saying that. These are the messages that the attendees are sending me. So I talked about, really aligning fully, like whatever your number goal is that you desire. Brown Leah said, thank you. I so needed this. Oh, you're so welcome, Tootie. You're so welcome, dear. So I talked about like really getting aligned with your next level. That means that imagine what it would feel like to meet that income goal that you desire, right? Or the number of clients. I usually talk about income goal because even if you do 20 clients, it doesn't mean you're going to meet your income goal if your pricing and your products and your processes and systems aren't in line. You can do 20 people and still, be in lack, right? So I usually talk about that income goal that you desire. So how would your life be different if you were already operating at that income goal? What would you be doing different? How would you feel? Go ahead and start feeling, that way, right? Before it ever happens. It's one of the things that I do when I have new income goals. I think about, how am I going to be able to, one, create things of a greater magnitude for the people that work with me? How am I going to be able to afford to show them greater experiences? For instance, when I do my intensive with my mastermind or the retreat that I'm planning, what will the new income goal allow me to do? How is it going to allow me to create new opportunities for my family? Can I hit my Cash App and just send somebody a little something, something? How is that going to feel? And once you can get yourself in the place of how that's going to feel, you begin to align your actions with what's needed in order to make it happen, right? And so, guys, that's my take on this morning. If you're facing lack in your salon career, you're attracting it and you can do something about it. You can shift it before the increase ever comes, and mainly in how you feel, because how you feel is how you build. How you feel is how you build. And only 20% of the success of your business is based on your skill set. 80% is a whole nother stuff. And we're going to be sharing those things inside 3D Success Mentorship and Branding Bootcamp. We start in 1 hour. So for those of you who've been sitting on the fence and you want to join us, you want to be in a community of highly driven salon professionals who have amazing goals and dreams, join us. 3D Success, renewfullcircle.com/3D D, success, so that you can begin to attract on a different level and align your strategies with what you desire for the next level in your salon career. Have a super, super amazing day. I will see you guys again at 11:30 on Wednesday. Peace.